We're going to be looking at the common AI terminologies because it's important that we get to understand these key concepts before diving into the world of AI, so that when we are dealing with different AI LLMs, we'll know why each one is behaving the way it is behaving. So first of all, we'll be looking at prompt. What is prompt? Now, prompt is the instruction that we give the AI on what to do. So that's prompt. Then prompt engineering is our ability to create prompts that the AI should give us what is in our mind, because the truth is that AI is not as smart as it's made out to be. So most times it tends to hallucinate, it tends to make up things. So your ability to give it instructions and give it in such a way that it adheres to those instructions is very key for getting results. In fact, as a matter of fact, this is like the most important thing you need to learn about AI. It's the most important, because if you get this wrong, it's going to throw everything off. Later on, we'll be looking at context engineering too, because that's like the advanced form of prompt engineering. If I don't cover it in this free training, maybe during our master class, we'll be looking at it squarely. Then the second one is token. So token is like a way words are broken down so that the AI can understand it, because it does not understand things the way we understand. AI is mostly trained to recognize patterns. That's why if you don't give it the best prompts, it tends to give you rubbish, because they are not usually understanding things the way we do. So tokens is a way that they are organized in the brain of the AI, so that it can understand what we are saying, and then it will now check its brain for the things that are related to what we are saying, and it will now use it to give us the information that we are asking it for. So that's that. Then context window. So when we're talking about context window now, it's like the amount of information it can remember in one conversation. So, then when we used to go to class, there we get to a point where you just reach your saturation points, like any other thing that they're saying. Ukwereba, it will not be entering. So that's like what context window is here. Then temperature. Well, you may not be using this always, except maybe you are going deeper into generative AI. But in essence, what temperature is talking about is the amount of randomness that you want in your in your response or in your generation, because temperature does not only deal with text output, it also deals with images. It also deals with videos. So how creative you want it to be. So when you give it a prompt, how does it adhere to the prompt? Does it hold on squarely to the prompt, or does it get to use its own creativity that is inbuilt into the LLM to adjust? Then system prompt. So system prompt is prompt but for the system. So usually this is also form of a an advanced form of prompting, just like context engineering. Although if I'm able to treat gems in this free training, then you get to see where system prompting comes in handy, because it can help your life a great deal. Hallucination. So hallucination is where the AI begins to do rubbish. Like you tell it to do something and then it decides that what you told it to do is not what it wants to do. Typical, no be you go tell me what I go do. So that kind of scenario is hallucinations. Maybe clothes that can be worn during Hamatan in Nigeria. And decides to start telling you about people that are modeling fashion clothes, and meanwhile that's not what you asked it for. Then fine tuning. This mostly deals with training. So then we have RAG. So for those that are going to be using LLMs for their own internal systems, internal businesses, RAG is a way of using your own data to tell the LLM what you need on it. So we're going to be seeing this practical when we start dealing with Google's notebook LM, because it's a rare gem. It's something that comes in handy. Like if there's any tool that you should be using every day, is that a Google Notebook LM. Then the next one is open source. So what does it mean for it to be open source? It means freely available for anyone to use, modify, and distribute. So we all know Meta AI, the one that is on our WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, which is owned by Meta. It's open source. So what it means is that you can download it and run it locally. Another one is also Google Gemma. Gemma, that one I actually have it on my phone, so you can even run it on your own phone. You don't need internet to run it, because it's local, so it's on your phone. You don't need any connection to the internet to use that one. Then open weight means that you get access to the things that they use in training the data that is used in training the LLM. Quantization, that's so Google Llama has a what to call quantized version, means smaller versions that you can run locally. Like on my system, I'm running a Llama 8B model. So that model, it's also intelligent, but then it's not going to be as intelligent as the very big models. So those quantization, it's a way of reducing the size and the capacity, but not stripping it of the intelligence. So it's still intelligent, but not as intelligent as the big one. It's just like a small human that is intelligent and a big human that is intelligent. They are not going to be the same, assuming that they have the same level of intelligence, because now experience adds to the big person's the older person's ability to tackle problems. So that's what quantization. Then inference. So this is also, you may not need to use this, but it's basically talking about the responses that are generated from a trained model. Then we have APIs. So APIs, let's say you have an application, you want to embed AI inside, and you don't want to have the full weight of the AI in it. So you can use API. So what API practically does is that it helps you to get the power of that particular LLM in your application or in your system without you having to install the complete LLM. An example is our chatbots that are on our system. For instance, now the Meta AI on our WhatsApp, it's the Meta AI is not inside the WhatsApp. It uses an API to connect to Meta server. That's the server where the LLM is running, and then it now uses that intelligence and then returns the information when it is more or less like a phone a friend. When you want to call a friend, you are here, the friend is there, and then you need that information from the friend. You call the friend, and the friend gives you the information. So that's what API is like. Then we have embeddings. So these ones are when you want to store information inside a database for retrieval purposes, especially during RAG, but you don't need to know the intricacies of this. So multimodal, this is another important one that you need to know. So there are some models that can handle multiple content types. Example is the latest Queen model. We're going to be looking at it much later. So also Google is multimodal, meaning that it can understand text, it can understand videos, it can understand audio, it can also understand images. ChatGPT is multimodal, but it only does text, images, and audio at the moment. It doesn't take video context, because video usually takes a whole lot of context window, and as we'll see later on, ChatGPT doesn't have a very big context window. But Google, their latest models have over 1 million token context windows, so that gives them a whole lot of room to understand images, to understand videos as well, and as well as audio. Okay, then let's look at the top 10 most prominent LLMs today. So the first one is OpenAI. Of course, we all know ChatGPT. So that's OpenAI product. So the context window is 12K. It's 128K. That's 128,000 tokens for GPT-4 and all that. So it has different models. We have a 3.5, but the latest now is the O3 model. They are quite large and they are quite good in terms of thinking and the quality of output they give. So they have excellent reasoning, coding, and creative writing. And meanwhile, I'm going to make this available for those who prefer reading. Then we have Anthropic Claude. So Claude AI is one of the best when it comes to writing. I use it anytime I want to write a book. I use it for my creative processes. I don't just come and I tell the AI I want to write this and then it write it. No, I guide it and then I put my own input. I do my own research. I extract the information that I need from my research, and then I get. And when it finishes writing it, I also take it and then I continue to refine it and rewrite it in my own tone. So that is one thing you need to know. Don't just use these AI and then copy and paste whatever they give you. You need to put them in your own words. So now Cloud 4 Opus is like the largest Anthropic model, and it's like their best. As a matter of fact, it can create complete apps from scratch. All right, then we have Google Gemini, my best. So Gemini, I use Gemini a lot, first of all, because it's free and almost unlimited. And they are 2.5 Pro. Okay, I didn't write it here. Their 2.5 Pro is an absolute banger. It's like what everybody should be using. As a matter of fact, once you open your Gemini, let me open it now. Once you open your Gemini, you should always make sure to switch to 2.5 Pro. You can see mine. It's already on 2.5 Pro, and the good thing there is that it helps you to. It has very great power packed into it. Very profound reasoning power packed into it. It's something that you would want to be using every time. Okay, so I guess we all know ChatGPT. So let me just quickly run through Google Gemini. So this is the Google Gemini platform. We have the canvas. So canvas is like when you want it to put something in a formatted way. So that's when you use this. So you can upload in files. Remember when I told you that it understands videos, images, and pictures. So these are the different ways you can upload them. If you click on file, then you can upload file from either your Google Drive or from your phone into Google Gemini. All right, so that's that for Google Gemini. Then if you want to see your charts, you can click on this icon and then your charts. So sometimes you will run out of usage for your 2.5 Pro because it's very expensive. So when you run out of it, then you start using 2.5 Flash. But even 2.5 Flash is also good. And the good thing about about Gemini is the fact that it's connected to the internet. So it's automatically. But when you want it to even use the power of the internet the most, always turn on this research mode. Okay, when you turn on this research mode, then you can tell it to go out and do thorough research for you. It will do a thorough research and return it for you, like as if you have gone through hundreds of web pages. So that's the good thing about this Gemini, because the fact that it can connect to the internet. Another one is DeepSeek. So DeepSeek is also a very good one. So DeepSeek now, see the R1 model is their latest model, is about the biggest. So you also connect it to when you tell it to search, then if you run if you search a query, it will go online and then look for that particular information that you are looking for and provide it for you in a very detailed manner. Another one is of course Meta AI. We already know that. So it also has an app that you can use to chat with it. So this cloud, the cloud I told you about, that's from Anthropic. They are one of the top tier AI models at the moment. So if you, it's taking a bit of time. Okay. Wow, you're calling me a night owl. Okay. Oh. All right. So you see, these are the different models available. We have the Opus 4, which is like the most powerful, as I told you earlier. Then Sonnet is the one they give us, but even the Sonnet is very powerful too. In fact, it's the best for writing. If you have anything that has to do with writing, always use Claude. You do your thinking, because you quickly run out of credits in Claude. So use Gemini and ChatGPT to do your thinking and your processing. Then when you are done, you can now take your notes and use it to generate the final copy that you will now continue working on in Claude. And the good thing is that it has also access to web search. So it uses internet, and you can customize it to use any voice. You can also create your own if you even wish. So that's that for Claude. Then we have Perplexity. So Perplexity is another power packed LLM. So Perplexity is by Perplexity Labs. So you can ask it anything, and the good thing is that you can switch to do research. In fact, it's one of the best when it comes to research. Is for now it beats both Cloud and Cloud, ChatGPT, and Google Gemini when it comes to deep research. That's one of the best thing they use it for, deep research. So you cannot switch models on the free version. So when you click on research, you can use it to do thorough research that you can now use the extracted information to continue working. So these are also some of the things you can tell it to search for. Let's say you're writing a finance article, then you can switch that on. If you're writing an academic paper, you can ask it to search through academic papers online. So that's that for that. So these are the ones I use the most. So I think if you incorporate them into your usage, it's going to help you a lot. We're still going to go over the use of Notebook LM, because that one, I think that one deserves a video of its own, so that I can go in depth into teaching you how you can use that one. So until then, do enjoy the rest of your time. Cheers.